second topic. Economics second topic is utility analysis. It's a part of microeconomics. Now understand the term what is utility. In ordinary sense, utility means usefulness. But in economics, it means want satisfying power of a commodity. Suppose if I am having glass of water and if I am really thirsty, then that glass of water gives me more utility. So I have given an example, water has utility. If the person is thirsty, then he can drink the water. So utility means what? It is usefulness. But actually it means want satisfying power of a commodity. Students, we have to deal with different types of features of utility, types of utility. Then we have to study law of diminishing marginal utility. All these concepts you have to study. For that purpose, understand this term utility. One by one, I will explain you the features. You will understand in what exactly the utility means. See, the question is define utility and what are the features of utility. Now see, features of utility. They are saying that it is relative. Now what is relative? What is the concept relative concept? Because it is related to time and it is related to place. Why we are saying time related? Because see, woolen clothes are there. Then what is the utility of woolen clothes? When we use it during winter season. And if now the summer season is going on, if we start wearing woolen clothes, it's of no use because it's too hot over outside. So according to time, same sweater is there, but according to time its utility has changed. It's in the cupboard now because I don't need it. But when winter season comes, I will start using it. So related to time, utility of the sweater has changed. Same way, place. Place utility means what? From place to place utility differs. For example, we go to beaches and we play with that stand. We make that castle, we make home, we write our own name, everything we do near seashore. So we use it for playing. But the same sand is utilized for the construction purpose and they have to pay money for it. तुम्ही कधी बघितलं असेल तर बघा ट्रक, वाळूचे ट्रक, मातीचे ट्रक वेगवेगळे असे येतात. So same has utility in the construction area. So according to time, according to place, utility changes. So it's relative means what you are going to cover? Time and place. And remember students, you have to give example while explaining. Now let's start with subjective concept. What is subjective? Subjective means from person to person it is different. For example, they have given the example of stethoscope. Now tell me, stethoscope, what is the use of it? Doctors will utilize, we will not use it. Or we can say, I am a pure vegetarian. If someone offered me the best non-vegetarian food, is it useful to me? No. So it differs from person to person. If I am a pure vegetarian, even though I am getting the best non-vegetarian food, it's of no use to me. So it differs from person to person. Even stethoscope, if someone has given you the stethoscope, is it useful for us? No. It is very useful to doctor. So it's a subjective concept. Next is ethically neutral. Now what is ethically? Ethically means naitikta, means whether it's good or bad. So what they want to say, utility of a particular commodity am not going to consider whether it is good or whether it is bad. I am just going to concentrate that whether I am getting utility or not. Now here they have given the example of knife. Now see friends, with the knife, what our mama do? She cuts the vegetable, okay? Fruits, vegetables. But the same knife is given to a robber or murderer. What he will do? He will use it for bad things. Either he will murder someone or he misuse that knife. So ethically, utility is neutral. We are not going to consider whether it's good or bad. We just consider that, see, the knife has given to murderer, he has utilized, so he has utility of knife. So ethically, it is neutral concept. Let's come to the fourth point, utility. Again I am saying, please remember these examples. Without examples, you cannot explain it. Utility differs from usefulness. Now, the question may ask, distinguish between utility and usefulness. See, in ordinary sense, utility means usefulness, but in economics, it's want satisfying power of a commodity. We have already studied that utility don't consider whether it's good or bad. The same way it is differ from usefulness. Now how? See, utility is want satisfying power, and usefulness is what? Whatever the benefit you get, you derive from particular commodity. Example, you can take milk. Milk has utility and milk is useful also. But if I say cigarette or liquor has utility, utility to whom? The smoker or the drunkard, whoever taking the liquor, that has utility because it's satisfying his power. It has power to satisfy the person. But whether is it possible if I say liquor or cigarette is useful? No. So remember one, I am repeating again. See, if I say milk has utility and milk is useful, I can say that milk has utility also, milk is useful also, it gives us calcium, so it is useful. But is it okay if I say cigarette has utility, but is it okay if I say cigarette is useful? No. We all know that smoking is injurious to health, such type of messages comes. So remember this example, milk, cigarette or liquor. So utility and usefulness, both the concepts are different. So don't say that utility means usefulness in ordinary sense, but if you go in depth in economic terms, there is a huge difference. Next point, utility differs from pleasure. See, if you are getting utility from a particular commodity, it doesn't mean that you are getting pleasure from it. Let me explain you with the help of example. For example, if you are sick, if you are not feeling well, what do? We go to doctor and we take the medicine, or doctor gives us injection. Do we take it happily? Oh, I am getting injection, or I am getting bitter medicine, I like it very much. No, it does not give you pleasure. Still you take it to cure from the diseases. So utility differs from pleasure. The bitter medicine and injection, both are giving you, both have utility, but they are not giving you pleasure. Next, utility differs from satisfaction. Again, distinguish will come from this, and utility and usefulness. Here utility and satisfaction, or they may say utility differs from satisfaction. Explain it. At that time, you should be able to understand what is utility and what is satisfaction. Now see, utility is starting point, and satisfaction, when you get the satisfaction, once you consume then only you are able to say that I am okay, I am satisfied, I am happy with the product. So it is the end point and it is the starting point. For example, thirsty person. If the person wants water, he is thirsty. If he drinks the water, that water has utility to means it is useful for the thirsty person. But after drinking water, whatever the satisfaction level or whatever the happiness he gets, that is called satisfaction. So that is the end. In the textbook, they have given you the example. Let me read. A thirsty person drinks a glass of water since water has the capacity to satisfy thirst. So water has utility. Why it has utility? To whom it has utility? To a thirsty person. Utility of water is the cause of consumption and the satisfaction derived is the end result. So he is thirsty, that's why drinking water, so it has utility, and once he has drunk the water, he is getting the satisfaction, so that is the end of the consumption, so that is the end of this, so that's why we call it as satisfaction is the end point. This is very important measurement of utility. See students, utility cannot be measured in numbers. It is called as cardinal. Cardinal, two concepts are there, cardinal and ordinal. Cardinal means in numbers, ordinal means in words. We say high or low satisfaction, high, low, or we say happy, or some type of words we use, that is called ordinal concept, and cardinal means in numbers. We never say that after drinking 1 glass of water I get 10 utility, after getting 2 glass of water I am getting 20 utility. So utility cannot be measured in numbers. Utility cannot be measured in numbers, but it can be expressed in ordinal way. Next, multi-purpose. See, wood has multi-purpose. Wood has utility and we can use it for more than one use. Then we have water. Water has also utility more than one single use. It has no single use. We can use it multi-purpose. Then intensity of water. Now see, intensity of water means, suppose you are thirsty, then only that glass of water gives you more utility. If you are not thirsty, water is there, or if you are hungry, food is there, but you don't want to eat, then it has no utility. But if you have played for a long time and you are very hungry, you are very thirsty, the same water, the same glass of water, the same food will give you more satisfaction. So utility depends upon the intensity of want. How much you are intense to drink, how much intense you are to eat the food. On the basis of that, utility changes. For example, you have just taken the food, your tummy is full, you don't want to even see the food, and at that time someone is offering food, then you will not eat it. But if you are so hungry and after many hours you got some food, then you are eager to eat it. That is intensity of want. At that time, how much intense, केवढी तुमची तीव्रता आहे भुकेची, तहानेची. From that basis you will understand. Next is basis of demand. See one thing, utility arises if there is demand. For example, now we have demand for the books, then only that book has utility. If we don't demand, utility cannot be there. We are done with the features. They may ask you, write down the features or remember all the points. Even you don't need to write all the points for the exam, but suppose you have done all the points and you have not done this 6th point, that is utility differs from satisfaction, and if it comes for distinguished part, then you will lose the marks. So better Study each and every point. From distinguished point of view, 6th and 4th is important. Sometimes they will say explain it. While explaining, you should be like, you should remember, okay, pleasure means I have to prove it with the help of example, bitter medicine and injection. Suppose it comes regarding third point, ethically neutral, you should remember that I have to give the example of knife. We are done with these features. Now we will see the types of utility. Let's start with the types of utility. First is form utility. I will give you very simple example. Suppose if you want to buy furniture, if you want to purchase some sofa set, what do? If someone has offered you best wood, sandalwood or some wood, is it okay? No. It has utility? No. Because I don't want wood, I want furniture. So wood should be converted into furniture, and then only I will be able to utilize it. So sometimes what happens, if there is change in shape or structure, then only it has utility. For example, if we go and purchase, if you go to shopkeeper and if you say, I want t-shirt, and if he has given you the best cotton of the world, is it useful for you? No. If cotton gets converted into fabrics, into that ready-made t-shirt, then only you are able to purchase it. So it's called form utility. Form utility takes place when it changes its shape or structure. You should give the example, whatever you want. I have given you food into furniture, clay into toys. Next, place utility. Place utility changes according to, utility changes according to place. For example, I am having best sweater which gives me warmth, that sweater or shawl, that sweater is useful in Kashmir because of winter season over there. But if I started using it in Mumbai, Pune, then it's not that much useful. So according to place, utility changes. Next is service. Now what is service utility? I am teaching you. I am a teacher. I am providing you the service, that is called service utility. Or doctor, or lawyer. All these are professional peoples and they give us utilities. Which type of utility? Service utility. Next is knowledge utility. What is knowledge utility? Knowledge means what? To acquire, to gain the knowledge. For example, if I am having mobile but I am not able to utilize it and I don't understand its functioning, so I don't have any knowledge utility about it. Suppose I am having computer, I am well versed with it, I can use it properly, then it will give me knowledge utility. Next is possession utility. Possession means what? Ownership or ownership. How you get the ownership? I will give you the example. If you go to vegetable, if you go to shopkeeper, what do? You start telling him, or we can take the example of shopkeeper where he is selling books. You go to him and what you start checking the book, whether it is correct, whether contents are right or not, whether the printing is good or not. You just start checking off all these things. Maybe it will take you 5 minutes, 7 minutes, but until and unless you pay money for it, till that time possession is with only seller and you are the consumer, you are the buyer. When you will buy it, when you will pay money for it, then ownership transfer from seller to buyer. For example, if I take 10 minutes in that bookshop and I am just going through the book, I am checking the pages, I am checking the contents, then the possession has not been transferred because the deal has not finalized. Once I pay the money for it, then possession of that means ownership of that book will transfer from seller to buyer. That is called possession utility. Now the last one is time utility. Utility increases with change in its time of utilization. For example, during exam, the book is very useful. Book has utility because of time, because of the exam book, same book is very much useful to the student. But once the vacation starts, that book is of no use. The academic year is over, the book is of no use. So according to time, or you can take raincoat. In rainy season, we use it, but during summer, we don't use it. So according to time, same good, same product utility has changed. So it is called time utility. So these are the different types of utility. We have done with the features and types of utility. So please go through it. Thank you.